Hey guys, it's Zoe. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing amazing. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make your 613 hair look good out of the pack. Guys, I didn't tone this hair. I haven't done anything to it apart from put it straight on my head. And I just wanted to share with you my tips and tricks on working with lighter hair. But yeah, if you guys want to see how I got this look, make sure you keep on watching and I'll see you in a second. So I'm going to start by getting into the unboxing. This wig I got from Yolissa hair, and the packaging was pink, which I thought was super cute because of the Barbie movie coming out, and like, you know, everything is just Barbie pink inspired at the moment. I was really loving it. But yeah, this is what I got inside of the box. I got a wig cap, lace band, I got a little satin bag and another like wig cap thing. Got this wig in 24 inches HD lace and 200% density, and it is also body wave, I believe. So this is me just unpacking the hair. The hair came pre-curled. I love it when hair companies do that. It essentially comes pre-styled, which I love. And yeah, this is what it was looking like. The color, of course, 613. It has this like almost yellowy untoned look, which a lot of people don't like. And usually when I get 613 hair, I always tone the hair, but I kind of wanted to try something different today and see what it would look like if I just put it in straight out of the box. So yeah, that is what we're going to do today, guys. I was just showing you guys, there was so much lace allowance in this wig. It was crazy. Like, the amount of parting space you get with this is mad. I believe this is a 13x6 wig, and usually you don't get as much room on the sides, but this wig came with lace allowance on the sides and the entirety of the wig, which I was obsessed with. Here is me just checking the condition of the hair. Obviously it looks gorgeous with the curls. I need to find out what color they use. I say this every time I get a pre-curled wig because I don't know what they be using in those factories, guys, but these curls are just giving like body and volume, and I'm obsessed with it. In terms of shedding, I didn't experience too much shedding as I was brushing through it with my fingers. There was definitely a little bit of fallout, but it wasn't anything crazy or alarming. I'd say there was maybe like 15 strands that came out, which wasn't bad. Here I'm also just quickly showing you guys the lace allowance again because I was actually in shock, guys. Like, you can do anything with this wig, half up, half down. Like, there is so much you can do with a wig that has this much lace allowance. It came with 3 combs and a pre-sewn in wig band. Here is me just zooming in onto the knots of the wig as well. Obviously, because it's 613 hair, you do not need to bleach the knots because they are already white. But sometimes the knots of 613 hair do tend to be a lot thicker. I don't know what it is, but this wig in particular had very fine knots, which I loved because it just makes everything a lot easier when it comes to customizing and styling the hair. Here is another look at how the wig looked in some natural daylight. Again, it's a very blonde, true blonde wig. That's the best description I can give of it. I was definitely nervous when it came to installing and customizing this hair because, as I said, I never ever work with raw 613 hair. I always dye it. So I was very excited to see how this would look on my skin tone. Moving on, I secured the wig to my wig head and I quickly did some plucking off camera. 613 hair is very difficult to pluck, guys, especially if you're using a white mannequin head like I am. I would recommend putting a black pair of tights or a black wig cap over your wig head just so you can see what you're actually doing and where you're plucking, because I was struggling, guys. I didn't know if I was over plucking or under plucking. So it was definitely difficult. I'd say it took me around half an hour to pluck the wig in total, which is a little bit longer than I usually like to pluck my wigs for, but I think this was just because I literally could not see what I was doing. Once I plucked it, I grabbed my wax stick and I grabbed my medium hold hairspray as well, and I just started slicking the hairline back as well. This really helps me to see if I missed any areas with my tweezers and just help define everything and prep it for when it came to putting the wig on. So my technique for getting my wigs to look as flat as possible, I start by hot combing the entire front portion of the wig, just literally the hairline, and then once I've done that, I'll section off a little section from where I'm parting the wig, if that makes sense, and clip the rest up, grab my wax stick, lay down that section, and then use my hairspray on top of the wax stick before going in with my hot comb to press it down as flat as I possibly can. This is so important and it makes the biggest difference to your installs, especially if you do this before you put it on your head. Once I've done that and laid the entire wig, this is what it's looking like on one side, just to compare. As you can see, you can sort of see where I've plucked the wig a little bit. So the hot comb and wax technique definitely helped me see what I needed to do. Here's the side that I haven't done yet, and as you can see, the difference is crazy. Do this if you don't already do this, guys. Here is what the wig looks like with both sides completed. It's looking nice and sleek and flat and exactly how I want it to look. In this light, the wig actually doesn't look as yellow. It's kind of giving icy Barbie girl wig. So once I finished customizing it, I was actually really happy with how it was looking. Of course, I didn't wash the hair, I didn't tone it. This is how it looked after all the curls fell out of the hair. It's very full, very voluminous. I just put the wig on my knee. This is actually, I should have plucked the wig like this. I don't know why I didn't think of this. So yeah, here's a little tip if you are working with 613 hair. Pluck the wig on your knee. Moving on to the install, here is the wig again. So I actually cut out the 2 combs on the side of the wig that were sewn into the cap because they were making the wig look super bulky. So if you ever find your wig is looking bulky, it might be because of that. I also cut out the sewn in elastic band because it was sewn in a little bit too low for my head. So I just grabbed the 2 little elastic bands at the back and connected them together to make it super secure on my head. Now, one of the most important and vital parts of working with 613 hair is the tinting. I'm using my foundation and a dense kabuki brush, and I am being so gentle and light with this. As you can see, I'm barely even pressing down onto the lace because the last thing I want is the hair of the wig to get tinted instead of the lace. So you really want to take your time with this because otherwise the hairline is going to end up looking dirty. It's going to look messy and muddy. You really want to make sure you avoid touching any of the hairs as much as you possibly can. I put the wig on and here's a little close-up of how the tint is looking. As you can see, it looks beautiful. It's just already melting into my skin, and that is mainly because I took my time when it came to tinting the lace. So you do just want to bear that in mind, guys. Be very careful. I can't stress it enough. Once I've got everything placed on my head, I'm going to go ahead and cut off the excess lace on either side. And then I'm gonna do some more plucking work. I think this is gonna give you guys a good look at what I do when I pluck my wigs anyway. I start by just randomly plucking the whole circumference of the head, and then I grab small sections with my rat tail comb and pluck behind the section that I've just plucked. And I sort of do that maybe like 3 sections back, and it creates this sort of gradient look to the hairline, which is exactly what you want when you are plucking a wig. Obviously, because I said earlier I couldn't see what I was doing on that mannequin head, putting it on my head really did help to see where I needed to add any extra finishing touches. I felt like the hairline looked a tiny bit too straight, so I'm really focusing on creating a more natural looking hairline scalp finish. So yeah, I'm just repeating this on either side of the head. Here's a little zoom in of what I'm doing again. The technique is literally pluck, part, pluck, hot comb, and that is what I do. That is literally the exact routine that I do on my mannequin heads and how I pluck all of my wigs. Once I'm happy with how it's looking, I'm grabbing my scissors and just cutting these little slits into the lace, and then grabbing my Better Than Melt wig glue. I need to buy some more of this, guys. I'm running so low because I use it so much. It is my favorite glue. I literally went on holiday to Greece, Rhodes. If you're not from Europe, then you won't know that Europe's been having a 40-degree heat wave, so I was sweating in that country, but my wig, by the grace of God, lasted throughout the heat. So I would definitely recommend this glue, guys, if you don't already have it. It's from Better Than Melt, from Hair by Kelly's website. I will link it in the description down below if you're interested. I applied 2 to 3 layers of this. I always put more layers on the sides of my head because they lift super quick, so I went for 3 layers on either side and added a light spritz of my Got To Be hairspray on top of the dried glue just for some extra security, because yeah, we do not want this lace to be lifting, guys. Thank you. And make sure I press down the lace with my comb, as you can see I'm doing here, and really focus on getting it as dry as I possibly can. Once I've done that, I've been grabbing 2 wig bands. I'm grabbing this basic one that I can tie as tightly as I can, and then grabbing the Yolissa wig band to put on top of that as well. letting it sit for 10 minutes and then taking it off so I can start cutting the lace off. To cut the lace, I'm using my eyebrow razor as always. This is my favorite tool to cut lace, guys. It just creates a very nice jagged, not choppy look to my lace. Once the lace is cut, I'm grabbing a bit of my bronzer shade. This is the Roof Eye bronzer in the shade Onyx, and I'm using this because my forehead is naturally darker anyway, so I'm just darkening any areas that are giving off a white cast on the lace before securing it again with my wig band and just trimming the ends of the wig a little bit. While my lace is still melting, I'm also going to use this as an opportunity to layer and curl my hair again. I'm using a 2-inch barrel for this. This is a bubbleless curler that I got from Amazon. I'm curling each section and then clipping it with a crocodile clip and just repeating this throughout my head. I found this is the most similar curling barrel that I had to create the curls that we had at the start, because I really loved them and I wanted a similar look. So yeah, that is what I used. After about 20 minutes of curling, I took off the band, and as you can see, the lace is super melted. I'm just redefining the part with my bronzer shade again because we want this to blend as seamlessly as possible. I'm also spraying the curls with some hairspray. I'm really letting them cool down before taking out each and every one of the clips, and I think I did a good job at matching the curls, guys, if I do say so myself. So if you want a similar look, use a 2-inch curler from Babyliss. Once all the clips have been taken out, I'm just separating off some little sideburns. Because I didn't do baby hairs, I wanted a little something going on the side, so that is what I did. That is the most I did for this. I just wanted a little bit going on the side, so that is what I ended up doing instead of baby hairs. I just feel like blonde hair looks more natural and a lot cleaner and nicer without any baby hairs, because your makeup can get mixed into the color of the hair, so that's why I usually don't tend to do baby hairs with blonde hair. And now I'm just fluffing up the hair and brushing through it with my fingers. I'm not using a brush because I want the curls to look as bouncy and hold for as long as possible. Just touching up any areas that need a bit of extra assistance and adjusting it to my liking. But this is the final result, guys. Look at that lace. I'm actually screaming. Like, I've never had 613 hair look this good, especially at the front, because the lace tends to be a lot thicker with 613 hair, but this lace was HD, true HD lace. I mean, the video speaks for itself, please like. I am obsessed. The hair was super silky, super full. Like I said, I got 200% density, so it's definitely not lacking in thickness. I really wanted to try something different for today's look. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and let me know if you guys try this hair out. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.